What's up, man? Congratulations on the victory. See if you can talk us through the emotions right now, what this means to be sitting up there.
The emotions simmered down. Inside the octagon, you probably saw me being riled up and getting emotional and or getting excited on the victory. And I was happy the way it played out. I have to give all glory to God, but I'm back to my humble, stoic demeanor, and I'm just grateful for the love and support I got around me, and just the genuine people. My coaches from One Fight Team that's been there since the beginning, and I'm just happy. And I'm not gonna let this get to my head. I'm already kind of simmering down, and I'd like to keep training and see if I can. I know I can get better from this. It's just a performance, and I want to continue upping my level and seeing the next challenge.
There are times I think when guys can win on this show and maybe have to sit there for a while and not be sure they got a contract. For you, I feel like it might have been a bit different. You must have realized as soon as you got out of there that I'm probably getting this.
Yeah, I was pretty sure when leading up to the fight, and even right before the fight, I wasn't focused on the contract. I wasn't focused on impressing or making a big performance. I knew what I was capable of, and I just wanted to give it my all. I just wanted to give 100%, and that's what manifested. That result manifested in a knockout, but it could have manifested in me trying to pick this person apart. We were working a lot of different techniques, but one technique that my coach did see an opening was that overhand, and we were working that back in the warm up room, and it just opened itself up early in the fight, and I'm happy for the victory.
When that does happen in a fight, when you have a technique that you think, okay, there could be an opening for it, and then you see it, you land it, does that give you a mindset of like, I got this now? Do you get the confidence from that, or do you just still take your time, work as the fight plays out?
When I knew it was open, I believe in my coach's advice, and whether it be them in my ear during the fight, I really depend on them to see what I don't see in the fight, and whether it be picking them apart with the leg kicks or mixing up the hands, I really trust them when I'm going in there. It's not just me in there; it's a team in there, and it's all the hard work that we put in. And I'm happy I was able to connect early. When the punch landed, I I felt it was a solid punch. I saw him a little dazed, so I capitalized on it, and I'm gonna continue working hard. Manifesting, manifesting a good energy and being disciplined, being humble, and working hard.
Last thing for me, obviously you got out of there without taking much damage. When would you like to fight in the full UFC experience?
When I would like to fight in the full UFC experience, I'm enjoying the process. I'm enjoying the journey. I don't want to rush into this. I know I'm and at the caliber of the UFC, and I want to keep working hard. If they put a challenge in front of me, I'm gonna talk with my coaches, and if they think I'm ready, then I'm ready, and we'll take the next challenge.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Speaking of challenges and what they might put in front of you, you're coming in here relative. I think this is your sixth professional bout. What did it feel for you? Did they give you any extra pressure being the main event of this show?
Yeah, people before the fight, people were asking me about that, whether it be a bigger stage or whether it be the main event or whether it be trying to impress Dana White. I wasn't thinking of any of those things. I was thinking about just doing my best in there. I was thinking about it's just another fight. I knew it was a step up in the competition, so I knew it was gonna test me, but I wasn't thinking about looking for the big knockout or looking for a spectacular win or trying to impress anybody. But I was able to get the good finish, and it's just a testament of the hard work and the techniques that I learned at One Fight Team, and whether from the Muay Thai to the Jiu Jitsu.
I love the humble mentality. It's refreshing, and I hope you're able to keep that well into your career as well. It's very refreshing. Is there something, looking at your record, you've got finishes and submissions and you got finishes and KOs as well. Which is sweeter? Which do you prefer?
You know, the KO is always a sweet victory. You know, the sweet victory, and I don't plan it. I would love to just continue to show the good technique that I've learned and that's passed on to me, continue upping my level, whether it be not receiving too much damage through the fights or maneuvering well or picking apart my opponent. It's every opponent brings something, a different challenge to the table. It's another puzzle to be solved, and I want to continue developing my mind and staying composed in there, um, as well as just being conscious and being present in the moment.
I'm sure you visualized that fight over and over in your head of how many ways it could have went.
Yeah.
Was any of those ways hurting them so quickly in the very beginning and getting that quick finish?
Yeah, that was one of the ways that went through my mind. I thought about, I thought about the scenarios which he had his strengths, and I also thought about the scenarios that I had my strengths, and just my coaches fed me with the right mentality. They fed me not just they didn't feed my body, they fed my mind, and just going in there with the right mindset allowed the body to follow suit, and I'm just happy with the victory.
And I know you're very early in your career. I don't know if you're a video game guy, but if you had to make the analogy of where you are skill wise now to where you eventually will be, if you had to play or rank yourself and sort of put a percentage on of how good you are now as opposed to what you will be one day, how would you rate where you are right now?
Yes, sir. On a level of 0 to 100, I feel like just getting started. I'm still climbing the ranks. Just like I recall Cub Swanson saying, I'm a student of the martial arts. We're always growing, we're always getting better. There's always room for improvement. So I'm not anywhere near the top, and I'm always getting better. And I might be better than I was 9 years ago, but who knows what the next year has in store. And with hard work and dedication, you can really up your level. And I'm glad I'm able to have this opportunity, have a contract that's able to give me the time and effort to put into my craft and continue developing it. And I know the next performance is going to be even better. And I'm going to sharpen my skills up, and we'll have another good performance.
And you mentioned Cub Swanson. I think he's a wonderful example of somebody to maybe look up to or to see. But is he the kind of cat that you've watched and sort of take his inspiration in his career?
I like how he fights. I like his humbleness, and he just has a lot of different techniques in his bag. I think I remember I was fighting some type of Asian opponent, and just the Asian opponent is very sound technique, but Cub Swanson's very dynamic and unorthodox. Looping overhands or mixing the level change up. So yeah, I like him. He's not too far off. I believe he trains out of California. I believe I bumped into him over in the Palms, or in an amateur event when he was coaching an amateur. So it was cool to see him, and I'm glad I'm on the same stage as him. Maybe I can bump into him.
Nice. And I guess last one for me, you have a decent sized frame on you as well. I mean, has welterweight always been your division? Have you ever fought middleweight, or is that something that you think at some point?
I have gone up to a middleweight in my amateur division, and that was just me not wanting to cut weight. A lot of in the amateur ranks, a lot of fights fall through, and just by trying to cut weight and come back and cut weight and come back, I didn't want to do that. So a quick fight came about and was 185. I fought, I believe, 2 fights in there, my first fight and then maybe my third fight. And I feel that 170 is a good place for me in the welterweight division. And even thinking about the welterweight division, I believe I could put on maybe a little more. It's not even about size. It's about your technique. It's about what you bring to the table. And I'm not focused. I know I can get stronger, but I'm focused on developing my technique with my Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu.
Congrats. Welcome to the UFC.
Thank you, sir.